Morning, church. How you doing? A second. You come. You can come on.
It's a great place here. Hello, I'm looking for a bloke by the name of Siobhan McKinney again, MTK. That's you?
Yeah, that's one.
Oh yeah, stand on sign right here, and oh yeah, and right here. I'll be right back with your package, sir.
All right, 1 sec. Look at this message right there for me. Right in this general area.
Yeah, whatever, man. Whatever's in there, good luck, buddy.
Yeah. Thanks. Okay, so I was waiting for this for a while. This is God in a box. God is in this box. This is where we put him all these years. The church, we just limit him so much, you know. We know that he is the same God that died and rose from the grave. He resurrected people. I mean, he did it all. We know that, right? Yes. Do we agree that God can do anything he wants to do? Yes. We believe that? Yes. We don't act like it. We sure don't act like it. I mean, he did so much things, and we still turn around and have these doubts, right? And do you think you can go to a graveyard right now and raise someone from the dead? Do you think that you can walk on water? I mean, it says right in John chapter 14, the greater things are we to do. We can do greater things than Jesus did when he was here. It says, I tell you the truth. Anyone who has faith in me will do what I have been doing. He will do even greater things than these, because I am going to the Father. That's what Jesus said, right? You agree? Okay. Now, I feel like the reason we put God in this box is because we don't really know him. We don't really know him. We have religion with him, but we don't have a relationship. We have religion, but not relationship. Okay, how many of you in here know Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.? By show of hands. By show of hands. Okay, how many of you have had lunch with him, chilled out with him? You know what he likes, what he don't? Anybody? Show of hands? No? Okay, you don't know Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. You know the idea of him, the perception of him. The perception of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is that he's a great man. He helped out the blacks, the civil rights stuff. He's a man of God. That might be true, but you don't know that because you never met him. The church has a perception of God today. We don't know him. We know what we've been told. Religion is a group of people coming together and saying this is what we believe in. We believe this, we take this out, don't move this around. We believe what we want to believe, right? That's what religion is. Relationship is when you know someone. So, let's break it down like this. If we really knew God, we wouldn't doubt him for a second. Because we would know what he can do and what he can't do. What he can't do. There's nothing he can't do. So, let's break this down in relationship characteristics, right? When you get in a relationship with someone, there are certain things you need to do. You have to give time. Any dude who have a girlfriend here knows you can't get away with not giving time. Right, Rep? Yes. You have to give time to this girl. Not only that, you have to take the time out to get to know her. It doesn't just happen randomly. You have to take the time out to get to know this person. It also takes communication. You have to talk to this person every day. Every day. Every single day, Tetra. I mean, when me and my girlfriend first met, we used to talk every now and again, but as you get to know, what it takes is you have to call every day, right? And calling isn't just picking up the phone and talking and talking and talking and talking and not letting the other person speak back to you, right? What we do is we pray, but we don't dialogue with God. It's a monologue. It's never you talk and then I talk, you listen. That's what a communication is, right? Everybody agree? That's communication. That's another aspect of what it takes. Now, when you take this time and when you communicate with God, what happens is you get to know Him more, get to know the characteristics. I just want to backtrack a bit and go back to perception again. Perception, the danger with that also is that it's usually wrong at first. I remember when I first met my best friend Jeremy, I did not like him at all. I thought he was a loser, thought he talked too much, thought he was a dweeb. As I got to know him more, I realized we very much like-minded and we have a lot in common. That's because I got to know him. Nathan, I did not like Nathan, believe it or not. Didn't like him at all. Thought he was a loser. But that's perception at first. Perception is usually wrong. The first glance at someone is usually wrong. When you take the time to get to know them, you'll discover a lot more. And that's what we need to do as a church. And after you take this time, after you communicate, after you get to know Him, you get to know the characteristics of God. And who knows some of the characteristics of God? Faithful. What else? Loving. God is love. God is love, right? 1 John, whoever does not love does not know God, because God is love. So that's one characteristic right there. And the other characteristic is that He can do anything, right? Anything. He can provide for you. He can do all this good stuff. That's another characteristic of God. Also, we also know that He has our best interests at heart, right? Jeremiah says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future." If you're in a relationship with someone and you notice someone, you took the time out to get to know them, you know their characteristics. If my girlfriend calls me and tells me to meet her out east at 6 o'clock, I'm not going to wonder, was she planning for me? I'm trying to go out there. I don't know. She might be trying to set me up. I know her. I know that she has her best interest at heart and that she's not going to set me up, right? Hope not. Right? I know this. I know she has her best interest at heart because I took the time out to get to know her. So that's another characteristic of God. When you get to know Him, how can you doubt Him? You know what He's not going to do. You know He's never going to hurt you. So why would you why would you have these doubts? It's because you don't know Him that well. You hear about Him, yeah, He sounds good, but you don't know Him. You don't trust Him on that level yet. You have to build that trust. And just like any relationship. And the last point I want to talk about is about when you start dating someone, you date for a little while, and after a while, you realize that's the person you want to be with. Now that calls for you to be exclusive, right? You have to break up with all the other girls you might have been talking to. We might have been dating a couple of girls. It happens, right? So when you decided this is the one you want to be with, you have to cut everyone else off, right? Just like that. With God, we have to cut off the world. In some cases, we have to break up with ourselves, right? You have to break up with ourselves because that's His ultimatum for us. That's His ultimatum for us, right? It says in Luke chapter 9, and He said to all of them, "If anyone will come after me, he must deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me. Whoever wants to save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for me will save it." So, when we get to know God, take the time out to come from religion in this box, and we take the time out to actually get to know him, we get to know his characteristics, to take the time out to commune and talk with him. Now we know that this guy is awesome. There's like no flaws. This is a perfect 10. God is a dime, like a perfect 10, right? We know he ain't never gonna hurt us. So if he tells us to go do something, it's like nothing. Like I know at the end of the day, whatever comes out of this is gonna be good, because I know him. So once we get to know God and move from religion to relationship, then the box disappears and we can do anything. Thank you.